Welcome back to the world's best shows from Las Vegas, and it's always nice to see a man in a frock and a wig and with the eyes and with the eyelashes. How are you?
Well, I'm wonderful, and you just ruined the whole surprise in the show.
No, you're tremendous, and I've done this show so many times over the years, and it's one of my favorites because it's funny and it's moving and it's sensual. It's everything you need in a Vegas show, really, isn't it?
I love it, and with a little bit of extra. We have a lot of fun surprises, and our show offers everything. Jokes, gymnastics, and just romance and harsh sex. It's wonderful.
Edie, why you?
Why me? I don't know. They did a nationwide search, and they found me in New York, and I'm really glad they did.
It's interesting. The last person I interviewed as the MC in your position was also from New York. Yeah. It seems like that's where the people with big personalities go, and that's what you are, really, aren't you?
Well, I think that it's the people that go to New York are the people who are looking for some sort of a theater career. And I was in the ballet and in theater and Broadway and stuff, and so we just have strong musical theater backgrounds or comedy backgrounds or dancing backgrounds or whatever. So
you also need to ad-lib with this show because anything can happen, can't it?
Yes, and it does. It's crazy. but that makes it the most fun, is when you don't know what's coming. There's lots of surprises. You have no idea. You ask the audience a question, and they're going to answer it, and it can really run the gamut.
What's it like every night having to get in all this rigmarole of what you're wearing? Is that tough?
Not when you're getting paid to do it. It's easy.
Well, you'd do it without the money, wouldn't you?
No. Maybe for a benefit.
All right, let's talk to LJ now, because unlike me, you're very good looking and you're very fit, and you're a star in this show because you get to wow us with this thing you do. How do you begin to start to be as fit and attractive as you are?
I think first you just you decide that you want to do it, and after that you just have to follow all the rules. It's not really a task that you can accomplish if you're cheating left and right.
How often do you have to work out to do what you do?
Actually, honestly, with the amount of stamina that it takes to do the piece, there's not a lot of workout time that I have left available. You know, the energy is really dedicated to the piece. It keeps me in shape. It burns off every extra calorie I got.
With all due respect, it is breathtaking and it is slightly creepy how you do what you do. I mean, it's not normal, is it?
Well, you know, it all depends on your point of view. You know, if you asked my wife, she'd say it really doesn't matter because she's got a good paycheck and health care. If you asked me, you know, I think every night's an experience. I literally have to talk myself into getting on stage and just going for it because it is so physically demanding. But, you know, the end is always a surprise for everyone, and that's the way we like to keep it. You know, it's a shocker.
Edie, are you a bit like me? You just feel incredibly insecure and almost pathetic when you see someone like him perform?
You're assuming that my body's is different than his. I work out too, you know, mister.
No, I'm noticing the man boobs. I mean the pecs, whatever they are.
Are you looking down my blouse? I think you are, you horny little devil.
Well, I'm looking forward to this. I'm seeing it tonight, and I'm in on the Late Show, and I think that's the best show to see it, really. The later it gets, the more fun you're going to have.
Yes. Sometimes the audience has had a few more cocktails. Sometimes they're sleepy, though. They had dinner and had drinks. But I think tonight's going to be a lot of fun.
Are there moments in the show when you just think, why am I doing this? Because really, unlike all the other Cirque shows, which are very tightly crafted, there is room in this for it to go wrong or for somebody to upstage you or to say something that just brings the house down.
If they upstage me, it's kind of wonderful. I mean, it's just that kind of show. If they say something stupid or something that doesn't make sense or something, then we have our little things in our pocket that where we try to get out of it quickly and move on to somebody that's more fun. But we are watching the audience, and watching their faces. So there's certain people that we're attracted to that we go to that we hope are going to be fun.
It's interesting. I've seen loads of shows since I've been here, and they always seem to want to pick on me, but I'm the last person who actually ever wants to be involved in a show. Are you a bit like that when you've not got all this going on? Would you want to be picked on?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely, I'm the one hiding, you know, only my eyes over the seat in front of me. But if they do pick me, then I try to be a good sport about it.
Edie's a control freak.
How dare you?
Well, you're always quick and funny, because, I mean, that's your role as the MC, really, to just be so outgoing and a bigger personality than everyone else in the room.
No, I was in the ballet for 11 years professionally, and I was always taught to, shh, just do it. Shh, just do it. You know, if my leg's broken, shh, do it. And so actually when I started going into musical theater, it was very difficult for me to be an extrovert, which is why I think without thinking much about it, I think that's why I developed the character Edie. I could try things, be stupid, but it wasn't Christopher, it was Edie.
Does it bother you at the end of the show that probably most people won't know your name because you're so talented and you've got a gift and you bring something to this show that, like I say, I've never seen anywhere else in the world, but they're probably not going to know your name?
I think if I was in my earlier years, that might have bothered me. But having, the life experiences that you kind of have to detach from your ego in this kind of show where everybody is as equally talented as you are. You kind of just got to take a step back and be like, you know what? I'm part of something great. Instead of, hogging that limelight. Because if they did know my name, then they'd want to talk to me, and I like my life the way it is.
You're being very humble and very magnanimous in saying that everybody's is equally as talented as you, but really that's not true. I mean, you're a speciality act, aren't you, really, what you do? Just describe it for us.
It's a featured act. It's a tango between two guys, which involves dance, lifting, acrobatics, basically high bar, with a little big surprise at the end. So it really is, if you were to cast my role, it takes a lot to find people like me who are as strong, charismatic, and have the availability to play other sides of coins.
Isn't he modest?
Wow, yeah. I'm not in the dressing room, he's not.
Just describe what it is, because I know they used to call it the sensual side of Cirque du Soleil. I don't know whether they're calling it that anymore.
Oh yeah, they are.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. I mean, it's the muckier side. It's the kind of things that we think about that we don't talk about, isn't it, really?
Right. We like to push buttons. We like to provoke ideas. And, I'm sure lots of people think lots of things, but they might not talk about it. And so we like to do it.
It also gives hope to people like me, ginger, clinically obese, deeply unattractive people, that one day we might actually get some form of sex.
Your viewers probably think you're a monster. You're not ugly at all. You're attractive. And, I don't know if you ever get sex, but you're cute.
Thank you. Well, is that a compliment or not? I don't know, really.
You never know with Edie. It's all backhanded, sideways. You can never tell where it's come or going.
But it's Vegas.
Well, what's nice about this is they found real talent. And it's kind of like Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent within 90 minutes, isn't it? Is that nice for you that it's kind of different from the rest?
I think absolutely. This is one of the shows that stands out from every other Cirque show. And when you're in a city that has 7 of them, I think we are the jewel. I think we're the one that's not fully recognized that will continue to strengthen, and I think it won't be long before Zumanity's top of the heap.
You more or less balance an 800-pound man on the end of your finger. How much do you think I'd have to work out to even become 1/10 as fit as you?
I don't know. Well, you'd have to take your clothes off to start with. We've got to get a full assessment.
Look at the time. I think we better go because the show's about to start. It's really nice talking to you both, LJ and Edie. Thank you very much. And go and get in all your rigmarole, and I'll see you on stage in about half an hour.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to Las Vegas. It's Alex Belfield at one of my favourite shows at New York, New York. It's called Zumanity. It's an amazing show on the Strip, which isn't nice. It isn't all cutesy like some of these shows try to be. It is pure Las Vegas fun and nonsense. And it has 2 women that I thoroughly enjoy, who are delicious and gorgeous. They're called Lee and Lou, and they join us today. How are you?
I'm very good.
Nice to see you, Lee. And how are you, Lou?
I'm fine, thank you.
Hey, listen, I was in on Sunday night seeing this show again, and what fun it is. And you get to have almost more fun than any, because you come out before the show even starts and you just play with the audience and you mess with their heads and you tease them. You've been here 9 years now. Are you still having fun?
Yes, the important to have fun with the audience. Every day, every show is different for us because the audience give it to us and you just give back. We never know what's going to happen. This is makes Zumanity interesting.
You've been here 9 years, and in that 9 years, I've seen it 9 times, and every time I come back, it's a bit different. It went through a phase of being a bit cutesy. Thank God they brought back sort of the edge and the meaning of this show, which is the sensual side of Cirque du Soleil, and tells us all that even an ugly, fat ginger bloke like me with a small penis can still find someone.
Oh, yes. Zumanity is a human zoo. It's you go to the zoo, you see different animals. You come to Zumanity, you see different kind of people. And the Zumanity, we show the Zumanity, we can be sexy the way you are. Like if you a big girl, you can be sexy the way you are. If you a little guy, if you black, if you white, if you let a little penis, you can be sexy too. It doesn't matter how you look like. It doesn't matter how you are.
Thank you for acknowledging the fact that I do have a small penis and reminding me of that. That's very kind of
Can
you.
be in a show.
Yeah, I think there could be a part for me in this. Of all the shows in Las Vegas, I think I could audition.
I think so, especially Zumanity.
And Ginger is sort of a minority as well, so I tick a box, don't I, Lee?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about your physicality, because you're both voluptuous and gorgeous, and we get to see a lot of you in this show in a very sexy way. Is there a pressure on you not to become sort of like Kate Moss and very slim, because then you're not going to fit the part, are you?
Yes, it's very hard for us because we have to keep the shape to be voluptuous in the show, but we can't be so big because it's not good for the knees and back, like a healthy condition. So we have to work out very hard, you know, we have working out and Pilates classes to keep the shape and strong.
Because the other thing about it is that guys really seem to fall in love with you, and this show does prove that sexuality is a spectrum, and that you can fancy from the small, which there is in the show. In fact, there is a diminutive person, up to larger people, tall people, fat, thin. And that's the moral of this show, is that you're meant to come out feeling like anything is possible, and that the world is just filled with love, and you've just got to find it.
Yeah, it comes from you. It's inside to outside. If you feel sexy, you're going to be sexy. If you feel beautiful, you're going to be beautiful. So, and whatever you feel, you pass to people and they get back.
There's a great role in this, the MC, who gets to toy with the audience as well. And it crescendos, doesn't it, throughout? It gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it ends on stage with people, well, let's say having fun.
Yes, they do have fun, yes. A lot of fun in Zumanity. People coming back many times to watch Zumanity. We have some people, they come every year, or they come, people live in LA, they come every month, they come and watch the show and they talk to us. And some people we know, and they know us, they know the names and call people from the name on the stage. Yeah, it's very like that.
And this is a rare show where, I mean, you are literally stood behind me, you're stood in front of me, in some cases on top of me. This is probably the most intimate show of any in Las Vegas, and I'm thrilled that Cirque du Soleil did this, because they are accused of being very safe and commercial. This isn't that. This is actually the opposite, which is setting out to push boundaries. And there's one scene in this show which always makes me smile, where two guys kiss, and I've seen people walk out in that scene, and I know in the beginning it was hugely shocking for America. Are people coming to terms now that gays are okay, and that it is acceptable to kiss in public if you're two men?
Now it's better. Like 9 years ago, we had like 40 people leaving the show, because Zumanity was completely different than all the Cirque shows. Guy La Liberté, he tried like show to Vegas. Las Vegas is not just like a skinny tall and you know, nice bodies. It was something else there. And then when he did that 9 years ago, was shocked for everybody. We're gonna be 10 years this year. The show is still working like amazingly, and it's fun. People still walking out. It's still shocking, and I think that's what he wants.
And it does prove how different cultures, some are in front and some are behind.
Yes, the cultures is so different. Like in our country, in Brazil, so people sometimes they come here. Some people from depends of the state, they love it. They says, "Oh my God, this is the best show. This is fantastic." Some people, you can see the faces; they are in shock when we're doing orgy. They looking at us like, "Oh my God, what they are doing?" And after they talking about it, this is amazing. This is real. You know, this is really nice. So it's something very special. Give you for the audience, you know, to see like a real life on stage.
I love as well that Cirque du Soleil maintain their standards of music, which is always unique and brilliant, and the band in this show are terrific. The singers, there's two singers, I've interviewed them before, who are fabulous, and that adds another layer, along with the lighting, of course. It's very burlesque, the atmosphere, and it's a beautiful burlesque-esque theatre, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Right, yeah.
But the music had such importance to it, and real feeling. It's a gorgeous sound, isn't it?
Yeah, Simon wrote all the musics. Simon, because he's from Canada, and he's amazing. And we were there during creation, and I remember when he was writing the music and everything, the lyrics. We had the first MC, Joey Harris. He helped a lot with the lyrics as well, and they're together. They're like incredible. Our musicians, it's incredible, amazing. They really play every night the same thing, and they follow us. We don't have to worry about to look at them and say, oh, this is going on around, the lift didn't open and we can't go down, we have to keep it one more bit. We don't have to do that. They just know what's going on, and they're incredible. Yeah, we're a big team together, like the musicians, the performers on the stage. We're a big team.
And this is still Cirque du Soleil, even though it's a more sensual side, so we have acrobatics in this. And again, breathtaking, stunning. And in that theatre, it's so much more moving because it's an intimate theatre compared to some of the others. And the dancers are flying above you, they're coming around you, behind you. Again, it's such an interactive show. Do you still marvel at it? Aside from the PR that, of course, we love being here and we love Cirque du Soleil, 9 years to be in any show doing it twice nightly, 5 times a week is a slog. And it's exhausting. It's physically draining. Is it still fun, or are there nights when you think, oh, I can't be bothered?
No, it's still fun. I still take 2 hours to be ready for the show. I still enjoy to do my makeup. And I think it's the most fun in Zumanity. It's like something you have just a little bit in the other shows, like a break the wall. Because you have the wall on the stage, and we don't break much the wall. Zumanity, I feel we don't have the wall. It's like the audience is part of us. So we there and they are in all the time. It's our house, like audience and people. We are everybody together. We feel that. It's 9 years, it's going to be 10 years, and I still have goosebumps when they call Zumanity.
How do you get here? How do you get this gig? I mean, you're from back home. You've told us where you're from. There must be 1 million people auditioning for this, and you've had it for 9 years.
We 8th generation of circus performer in Brazil, and my family. I grew up in family circus, and everything I learned from my family. And my father stopped traveling because he wanted me and my sister go to school, and so we did it. We made him happy, but we never stopped. So we went to theater classes, miming and tap dancing. We started learning other things plus circus. So when Muriel Cantan, she came to Brazil in 1997, then when she auditioned us, and she loved it, the way we work, especially because we very natural when we work with the audience, and so they saved us. They want us like earlier for Cirque du Soleil, but they were looking, waiting for the perfect show and the perfect fit to fit both of us. And I think Zumanity was worth it to wait for.
Absolutely it was, and it was as if you were born to do the part, and the part was born for you, and that's what Cirque do, don't they? Build the show around the stars they have, which is so unique and, of course, so smart. There's no point giving an actor the wrong role, and you're playing a role regardless of how natural it may be. Can I talk about your puppies?
Oh, my puppies. I have 3 puppies. We have 3 puppies. We have 3 girls. Raja, she's Dalmatian, and 2 Labradors. Yes, we love them. They are our babies.
Well, Emily was telling me earlier, the stage manager, who is a friend of mine from the Nathan Burton show, how much you're in love with these dogs. What is your life like here then? You come in at what time? You're a little early today because I've brought you in. I'm sorry about that. Then you've got to do 2 shows. How much normality do you have? You get a couple of days off a week?
We try to do things like in the morning, and the days off, like we go, I have braces, you can see, so they can't, but you can. So I have to go to dentists, and, we have a regular life, buy groceries and everything. And so we come here, sometimes earlier the other days because we have rehearsals and everything, because we characters in the show. We have to be here more often sometimes because all the time when it change something, we have to be here. And early animation sometimes, like receive people, like, special events. And and we do 2 shows and we go home and we have these 3 little crazy dogs. They give it the love, and you forget the exhausted you are, you forget everything you had, the problems during the day, because they don't care, they just love you.
Well, and this audience loves you as well. You're the heart of the show, if you like, and everybody falls in love with you from the second you're there. It's always fun to see you, and you've never picked on me. Thank you for that. I'm sure you've been tempted on many occasions.
Oh, yes.
Hey, listen, let's do the big plug. Zumanity is a fabulous show. It's here at New York, New York. This is one to really see because it's so different and it's authentic. This is Sin City, and this show does put the sin back in the city.
Oh, yes. This show does this. Make you feel hard, you know, on stage.
I beg your pardon?
Make you feel like your heart beating.
Oh, I thought you said hard on stage. I was going
hard.
to...
Hard.
That could have been
Sorry.
embarrassing, couldn't it? That was a language
Sorry, it's
thing.
my English. Hard. Better?
The heart.
Heart. Yes, thank you.
That's a D, not a T.
Heart.
Although I'm sure there are a few hard on stage by the end of it. Hey, listen, really lovely to see you. Come and see them. It's Lee and Lou. They're here at Zumanity at New York. It's always a pleasure to see you girls. Thank you very much. And good luck with your puppies.
Thank you. I'll tell them.